Hey everyone, Xant here. So after the update rolled out, I actually fiddled around with a lot of the new content and checked out the new pilots and parts. It's pretty cool. Now this video is going to be me just kind of breaking down the update, the new features, the arena, and the event that we just got our mitts on. First off, I need to amend the reroll list. With the new Gundam being taken out of the pools altogether, it's time to reprioritize it. I actually wasn't aware it was being taken out, so... We'll start off with the more outstanding parts that were added. So we have Exia's head. The EX skill on this is actually really wicked. It's a percent-based armor heal on a relatively short cooldown. When you're fighting against a machine that gives you a run for your money, PvP or otherwise, heals can really be the difference between a win or a loss. The next one would be Exia's arms. The EX skill on this is actually the same as the new Gundam arms, stats and all, it's just a different name. Great if you have a beam weapon. Next we have Exia's back. It gives Trans Am Raid as an EX skill, and it gives your entire party a rather beefy percent-based melee attack boost once it finishes. I don't think I'm gonna have to explain why that's useful. Next up is Exia's shield. This one though is a little situational. The part trait, so it's not an EX skill, it's a trait, is to boost the EX skill damage output by a flat amount when your armor is 40% or higher. If you have an EX skill that hits often, but it's weak, this is going to be a really big increase for you. Otherwise, it's not that great outside of the stats it brings. It might be something to think about, and you might want to get it and hoard it for maybe a possible future EX skill. Personally, I really want it for my funnels. The next one is Dynamis' head. The EX skill, Archer Stance Gamma, is a percent-based party-wide shot attack buff. Much like the Exia back, it's self-explanatory as to why this is a really nice skill. Then we have Dynamis' back. The EX skill on this is a little selfish, but it's still a really good skill. The Dynamis Transam is a self-buff that boosts your shot attack by 1%. I do find it odd they took Exia's team buff and put it on the Dynamis' head, and then gave another buff to the Dynamis' back, but it is what it is. And the last new part that I really found interesting is the Dynamis' gun. The part trait is actually really cool for ranged users. It reduces your reload speed by 8%, which means you can spam more. Now, I should say, I am aware that there are good traits and EX skills on the other parts of these two machines, but due to them either requiring a specific attribute or a job license, I've glossed over them. It's enough to have to worry about getting 4-star parts, let alone getting enough of a specific attribute or a pilot with a specific license. Okay, so with the new parts looked at, and the good ones kind of picked out, I'll break it down to ranged and melee again, and then kind of do like an overall list. Now, this tier list is focused around you having a neutral attributed machine, and it's applicable for any job license. If I decided to specialize based on the PST triangle and meta pilots and all that, there'd be a lot of tier lists. Also, do understand, you have a much higher chance of getting the Dynamis and Exia parts over non-rate up parts when you're rolling the gacha here, at least if you do the special rate up one, so parts outside of those two are going to be a little harder to get. First, we'll do ranged. The Dynamis parts are actually really amazing if your pilot is long range, and if you have a good beam rifle. Straight up, you're going to be doing ridiculous damage. So, the first part would be Dynamis' head, I'd put that right at the top. Then the Gundam beam rifle right after, because its skill is just ridiculous. Then the Dynamis' back, and I would actually put the gun on the bottom on this one. So the reason I put the Dynamis' gun at the very bottom of the list is because as nice as the trait it has is, you can use effectively any beam rifle and still get really good mileage out of it. The trait is just kind of like a secondary. It's still really good, but because the head and the back just boost overall shot damage by percent amounts, I would say those have a higher priority than the weapon itself. But the Gundam beam rifle is just so ridiculously good, you really want that. Now we'll do melee. We have at the very top Barbados' mace, then the sword, then Exia's back, then the Gundam beam saber, and then Exia's arms. Something to note is that it is hard to decide if ranged or melee is better in this game, because it really depends on the player's preference and other supporting parts that you have, as well as your other Gunplas, lots of things. So, with that in mind, take this as kind of a rough best guess. I am also only tiering 4-star parts, as they seem to have the most longevity due to the overall stat potential. So the general tier list here, at the very top I'd have Exia's head, because the heal is just so good, right? But I didn't have it on the other list, because it's not really for melee or for range specifically, it's kind of a catch-all. Second on the list would be the beam rifle, then we'd have Barbados' mace, then Exia's back, then Dynamy's head, Barbados' sword, Exia's arms, Dynamy's gun, Dynamy's back, and then the Gundam beam saber at the bottom. Now, the reason that the order of this is changed from the other two tier lists is I'm looking at this as kind of you don't really know what you want, you just want to build the most powerful machine you can. This would be the list I'd look at in order of things you should be prioritizing. Got a little mix of everything. You got really good self buffs, you have team buffs, you have offense, all sorts of things, and it's mixed into a list that I think is in a good order of importance. Alright, so while I'm doing tier lists, I should also look at the pilots. As of this patch, we have Lau, however you want to pronounce it, Sai, and Christina that are from the original base pool. And now we have Xant and Char being added from the event. So you have Lau, he's speed, so you need to have a machine that's attributed for speed, and he would give a % crit based boost to all outgoing damage. Then Christina, she's power based, gives a pierce % boost to EX skills. Then you have Sai, if you have an outfighter job license, gives your EX skills cooldown % reduction. Then you have Char, who requires a speed attributed machine, gives flat damage taken reduction. Then you have Xant, who needs a power attributed machine, and he buffs your EX skill effects by %. Now, going off what I said before, I do tend to rank parts based on a machine being neutral. I'll just rank the pilots by the ability they provide, and you can decide if it's worth building around them or not based on what you have. So at the very top, I'd put Lau, since all outgoing damage crit rate is really nice. The second on the list is Char, as he'll effectively nullify most annoyance damage, and he can help counter funnel damage as well, which will be a thing in PvP and potentially story and free missions. And then I'd put Christina, because even though Pierce does help you ignore defense, which is nice, restricting it to EX skills only does kind of limit it. Fourth on the list is Sai. Reducing CD on EX skills is nice, but typically you'll probably only see one usage in a fight due to duration, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, but in general you're only going to use a skill once. Xant goes at the very bottom, as most EX skill effects are already % based. Let's say we had a 12% buff on an EX skill, and increase that effect by Xant's 10%. 10% of 12%. You get a whopping 13% and some change on it. It's just not as impactful as what the other pilots provide. But his suit looks cool. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some food for thought on what to keep an eye out for while re-rolling. Now, I do want to discuss the other content the patch brought in, mainly the PvP arena and the G Gundam event. Let's talk PvP first. It's actually rather quick. Right now we have access to the 1v1 fights. 3v3 comes later, I assume. Your opponents are selected 3 at a time based on your PvP rank, and winning grants you arena coins on top of rank points. The opponent is controlled by AI during the fight, so don't expect too much tomfoolery from them. You'll also get daily rewards based on your arena ranking, including Haro chips, so don't forget to keep playing and rank up to get better rewards. Okay. Now let's talk about the event. There are 3 stages to the G Gundam event: normal, hard, and very hard. Each difficulty grants a specific amount of event coins upon completion, but it's apparently balanced to be the same amount of coins per energy spent. You get 3 coins for 15 EN, 6 for 30 EN, and 9 for 45 EN, and that's normal, hard, and very hard respectively. Thus, it doesn't actually matter what difficulty you farm, just do what you can. You might have noticed that the event banner has a 5x and 7x notice on it. If you have an Exia part, it gives you a 7x multiplier to the coin payout, and a Dynamy's part would grant a 5x multiplier. The multipliers don't stack with multiple parts of the same machine, and only the highest multiplier is used. So if you have an Exia part, you don't have to worry about a Dynamy's part. If you have a Dynamy's part, you might want to put an Exia part on for the extra multiplier, right? These parts also do have to be on your main machine to actually take effect. The event shop has some rather nice stuff in it, ranging from burning Gundam parts to strengthening chips. There was also a ton of challenges added to the event tab under achievements, mostly just clear counts of the event mission difficulties, but the rewards are pretty nice too. It should also be noted that skip tickets don't count towards the event achievements for whatever reason, so you do have to run them without tickets. One thing I do want to say about this event though, it sets the precedent that if you continue to play the game hoarding for a specific unit or pilot that you hope is going to eventually show up, the game will punish you by gimping event payouts. Pair that with the ridiculously high energy requirements for the higher difficulties, and the fact that the payout doesn't scale with difficulty in the sense of there's no incentive to do higher difficulties other than the achievements, it's not really well designed in my opinion. Anyways, I'll tack on my rolls here at the end, since I actually did blow a bit of Haro chips to hopefully get some parts for the event. Peace out, I'll see you in the next one. 10 roll. Alright, what do I get? 17%, please. Yes, alright, cool. Green head. Attractive. Backpack. Ooh, what did I get? I got one of them, okay. Problem is, that'll go on a secondary machine because my primary machine has the, new Gundam backpack, which is just, ooh. Gay bulge. Bulge? Whatever. Alright, next part, what do we got? Another backpack. Another purple. Are you the Eggsy again? Ooh. Aegis. See, I actually personally really like the Aegis Gundam. I just like the way it looks, so I'm actually really happy about that. Alright, come on, give me a head. And give me some feet, because I got my chat, oh wait, no, that's my brain misfunctioning. Ooh, Gundam Rose? Yeah. Is that the Astray? Yeah. Can't have much left to roll. I should be almost out. It should be 9 or 10. Oh, I got another one. Ugh. Bleh. Saku. Legs. Oh, nice. Okay, which legs did I get? I don't recognize those. Dynamis? Yes! Okay, cool. I needed new legs. That actually works really well. My machine has really good specs for beam, so... Alright, so I got lots of parts for all my other machines. Let's do one more roll. Hopefully, I get the, a head or a chest piece. Come on, show me the purple. Show me the purple. Okay, good. I gotta say, I love the 17% rates. Straight up. Fuck, Galgu? No, Gyaradoga. Alright, come on. Show me the good stuff. No. Am I gonna be able to make a green Astray after this? That'd be hilarious, actually. Come on. If I got another purple backpack, I would have actually been a little ticked off. I want other parts. Okay, good. Body part. What do we get? Oh, that's really good. My machine right now, like I said, is spec'd out for ranged, so this is all really good stuff to see. It'd be great to get the Dynamis rifle, honestly. Sword. Heat Hawk. I don't think there are any purple Heat Hawks in this game yet. Or axes, I should say. Oh, big boy shoulders. Oh, the age. Alright, cool. Gun, green. See, that gun looks so cool. Fortunately, it just won't be viable due to the stat differences. So I think all I need then is a headpiece. I think that's all I'm missing now. Come on, give me the Dynamis head or the Exia head just for the kicks. I like how it has a little recorder on the back. That's just so weird. Okay. So that's that. I'm still gonna save a little. Okay, let's do it. Show me the money. Let me guess, all blues? Just to spite me? Yeah, literally just to spite me. Okay. Well, let's skip it then. There's no point watching. Depress.